You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, and now streaming live on Ustream, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for The Game. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip about the game. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues.
It's the game.
The game.
That's exactly what he was telling you it was going to be. I thought you picked up on that.
I mean, he said that, but I thought, like, I don't know, it felt weird. Hello, everybody, and welcome. As I get, like, sound effects over my voice. We are The Game. If you didn't know, now you know. AFTERBUZZ TV, welcome season number 5. They made it back. We're on season 5, episode 1. And it is 2012, and I'm welcoming back my game team. We got Kenny sitting next to me, sporting a white hat, which I appreciate because I told you you can't wear black hats. And I'm glad you followed my instructions. And across the table, we've got Curtis Taylor.
No. She's got to be introduced before me.
No, I'm going this way because I want to.
I'm a champion.
Oh, snap. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Forget I said that. Erase. Let's go back.
Absolutely.
Across the table from me in black, we have Isabel Mora joining us.
Absolutely.
Yay.
And joining us for the first time on the couch, she doesn't know what she's in for, but the Spicy Mari is here.
I hope I can handle it.
Lovely as usual.
Should
I
be
can't
able to.
promise you. I don't know what's going to happen, but they cut us down. Like, we used to do 2-hour shows, and now we got like 55 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So
And I'm probably not going to help with time.
we're going to be like, we got to shut it up. Okay, and apparently there's a champion within our midst that we didn't know about. His name is Curtis Taylor. And what kind of champion are you?
Is there any champion music we could get, Philip?
Yeah. Give me some champion.
I'm going to have to ixnay
How about
that.
silence?
That's one of those. Exactly.
No, I'm back.
Just turn the mic down. He's back. He's been in studio.
The prodigal son is back.
He hasn't been here like 7 months or something
Yeah, it's
crazy.
been a
Like,
while.
it's been a long time. He's been like partying, getting the girls,
Is
and
that what
working
it
and
is?
stuff, apparently, as usual. He's been doing what our athletes are doing on the show, but
Jason.
we'll get to that at some point.
No, it's just been
Womanizing?
He's just been stripping.
Tisk, tisk.
He's been stripping. Ooh, are you in the new movie, Magic Mike? Yeah.
No.
You didn't take it off for that? Okay.
No, that's my profession. I'm a stripper.
Oh,
not
my
a movie
bad.
yet.
Oh, so you taught him some tricks. Formerly known, Isabel is formerly known as Chi-Chi, but Chi-Chi will be back next week. So apparently they've been working it out together while we were gone.
Man.
No, Chi-Chi retired.
Oh, Chi-Chi's old.
This week.
Once you get married, you retired. So
Oh,
that's what I did.
that's right. So much has happened since we were here last.
right.
Chi-Chi got married, and then she
So
put
done.
her thong down and her
Found-
dollar bills, and now
found
she's
sugar
moved on.
daddy.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Well, we'll find out through the
Yeah, I
season
don't believe
because right now we on a time clock, y'all, and we gotta talk about a show.
Right.
So we watched the first episode of The Game. I would like to hear first impressions, like in a snippet, like one word. Go, Kenny.
Recap. Or lack thereof.
I said one word, boo.
Oh.
Isabel.
Confused.
Spicy Matty.
Jason.
And Curtis.
Random.
And yourself?
Myself is.
Yeah.
That's a good
And we knew
one.
exactly what that
Said a
meant.
word,
That's a
Courtney.
good
You
one.
said a word.
No, I got that. I
Yo,
understood.
I have my own language, and that was my language that I had to give for right now
I
because
get it.
I'm not really sure how I feel about it. Well, actually, I kind of am sure how I feel about it. I'm kind of sad that I feel that way about it, but we'll talk about that eventually.
Okay.
And I forgot to mention we got Phil Svitek in the booth. Even though he might chime in at some point, I don't know if he's going to join us because we're brown people and he doesn't always.
Whoa. Come on now. You know I got love.
I'm kidding. He called me girl today, so he's made moves. He's made moves in the brown community.
He's like,
He
girl.
said, girl, what you talking about? out. I was like, okay. So there we are. Anyway, all right. So we're gonna jump right into the episode and get some thoughts, feelings, concerns, questions, comments, etc. And we're gonna start out with. We're just gonna go by characters, I think.
Okay.
So let's start with Jason.
So the reason that I brought Jason up, that was what the
Yeah,
first
that was
thing that
her
came
first
to
thing that
my
came to
head
mind, so she
was
should-
because he was the only thing that I was even able to watch the entire episode.
Looks like
I felt like the
Interesting.
episode was a little flat. He was the only
Like
one
family, that's what it is.
making any kind of, comedic jokes, and he was the
Curtis
only
said
one
it's like
entertaining
family.
and interesting. Everything else just kind of fell flat to me.
I agree. Up
Hold
until
on. I gotta ask her a question real
Okay.
quick. Now, you haven't been with us, so I don't know what your history of the game is.
Okay.
Were you a fan
I've watched it
before?
since the beginning, so I'm comparing it to CW now.
Okay, so you were watching it when it was on CW, or did you come to it after it came back to BET and then you caught reruns?
No, I
You were
started
fans.
off with the
Okay,
game.
got it. So we
So
know where
fan
she
from the
is
beginning.
at.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
advanced.
So she is on Jason and feeling his jokes, and he was doing good. Now you can go, Kenny. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so I agree with almost everything you said up until that very last scene, which was completely irrelevant in my opinion.
Are you talking about the monologue?
Irrelevant?
Yeah, well, yes. Well, the
When I
whole,
was a-
the
when I
whole,
was a
Said it
wee
was
lad.
completely irrelevant.
it was just, random. It was
Yeah.
just like, really, I didn't.
Random.
Well, it should have been like message.
Well, no.
Like,
Yeah, I
that's
thought
what
it was going to
That's
be
what it was.
something. Well,
I
thought-
would say it was
Yeah.
weak and a horrible
It was a
choice
weak
of the
one.
writers. Like
Yeah.
It
they
was,
are
it
way
was definitely
smarter
a Tyler
than that.
Perry moment
Yeah.
where they
Yeah.
had
Thank
to
you.
explain to
Yeah.
us as the audience what was going on and why Jason doesn't date
And the game
black
was
women.
a smarter show
Yeah.
than that.
It was.
And that was
Oh,
not
yes,
smart.
Right.
And I was annoyed.
They're trying to get a different audience. I think that's what they're going
Who
for.
the
What
heck are they
the- what
trying to get?
audience?
We
What?
had an audience. We brought you
I
back.
think,
Why
I
are
know,
you
I
I
know.
think they're trying to
Yeah,
get some of
exactly.
that less intellectual.
It,
The one
I
that
was
needs
gonna say
to
something
think
really
spelled
bad.
out for them.
Trying to work for BET.
And so, right. Right, you gotta watch what you say.
What I want to
Oh.
say is,
Yes, well, don't sell out just because you're trying to get a
Thank
job.
You gotta keep it honest. That's,
Yeah.
you gotta keep it
well, it
honest.
is my honest. I'm kind of. I mean, we know the BET audience has changed over the years. For those
Right.
of you that remember the BET audience when it sort of started and
Donnie
through the
Simpson,
'90s,
all
Donnie
that.
Simpson and Sherrick Carter.
Yeah,
that was a
yeah.
different world. Then it became Sita, and then it became something else. Who remembers Sita? So I don't know.
Free and AJ.
All
Say
And then
Memory
Free and
lane,
AJ,
memory lane.
and then
Yeah.
now it's like Roxy and Jumjo. I don't know who her partner
Terrence is not there anymore.
Terrence, is he there? I don't know.
know.
I'm over him. I didn't like him on the game last
Well, he's
season
Hollywood
either,
now, so.
but he's cute
He's,
in a
Who's Terrence?
rat midget sort
Terrence,
of way.
Jay.
Shaking my
Terrence
head.
Jay.
He was-
Shaking my
Yeah, he's,
head.
he's in
Tasha's
Hollywood now.
Tasha's
Ah,
boo.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the game was like his thing. He's like, I'm an actor, and I can
Yeah,
do all
he's
this.
got
So,
it.
Yeah.
congratulations, he's amazing. Anyway, back to Jason. So Jason is sad sob story. Is he really supposed to be biracial for real? Because his mom was kind of like the mixed one.
That
and
was
his
the
dad was black.
question.
Like he's
So
black
it
and
was
white.
like-
No, he looks straight up black and white.
He looks it,
But-
and I think that's what they're trying to communicate. But when they brought his parents back, his mom was just like a light skinned black
Like-
girl.
No.
Yes.
He said that. He said your grandparents are both black.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't say that he's mixed. Or anything
Okay,
like that,
so then he was just.
So I'm confused.
He's not playing mixed, but I think in real life he is mixed.
Well,
I
we-
think-
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
in
right,
real
yeah,
life,
yeah,
but
yeah.
character-wise, I
I
think
think
they.
he's
I
black.
thought they were trying to feed that maybe he was a little mixed, but no.
No, he's
And
just
didn't we
light
talk about-
skinned.
He looks
Well,
black and
he's
white.
just
Though.
light-skinned.
Sorry.
Didn't
They
we
should've
talk about last season
written it
how
like that.
the casting of the daughter should have been a little
Well,
different?
I don't even know if we want to talk about the daughter anymore. Yes, thank you for that information. Even though
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not supposed to acknowledge that you're in here, he's so cute.
Ronnie Jr. in the
Look at
building,
Ronnie
y'all.
Jr. in the building. He's giving us a note
RJ
because
Andrews.
we are talking over each other, and it was actually in my plan to say before we started that you guys have to let each other speak.
That's how black people do it sometimes.
I know.
It sounds like the dinner
Stop
table.
making it racist. She's white. Stop.
Are you
See,
white?
Isabel
You're not
white.
white.
See why I was quiet too? I was like, I don't
Isabel
know.
doesn't join in unless
get involved.
there's silence. She needs whatever.
Latin
Who
people talk
cares?
over
I
each
don't know
other
how
too.
Isabel, what
Yeah,
are you? What ethnicity?
Mexican.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's perfect. Well, I encompass
alright.
all of us. I'm black and Mexican, so I can speak on both ends.
No, that's perfect. If you're
See,
black
but
and
I'm not
Mexican.
just
I'm a
Mexican.
Latina.
I'm white and Mexican.
Okay, y'all, I got a clock, and y'all talking about black.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
I was like-
Back to your
We're not
racial
talking about
issues
that
with
right
the show.
Okay, so we were talking about Jason. Basically, sob story. Oh, the black girls didn't like me, and they used to make fun of me. That's why I don't like black women. Such a cop out. So over it. Can't believe the writers did it, and I'm done. Anybody else?
Yeah,
I
we've seen it
agree.
before.
Anybody
I
else?
do like having Brandy on the show, though.
Okay.
What?
See,
No.
Okay.
I do. I
Oh, God,
kinda like-
Moesha?
Well, because we are talking about Jason, let's talk about Brandy for a minute.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, right? Brandy's been on press tour. I've never been a fan of Brandy because I was more a fan of Monica. So I was Monica's team, and I was Team Monica.
Arch
Brandy was
nemesis.
all right, but she was Brandy. Okay, so she came. She's been on press tour, and she wore these little shorts and this little suit, and I was like, Brandy, you just doing it, girl. And then they were talking smack about because she was doing that new Tyler Perry movie, and they were like, oh, Kim Kardashian, and you're on the movie with her, you hate her. She's like, no, I love her. Can we be friends again? Like, to the camera. So I decided I like Brandy. I'm okay with her. She seemed like a cool chick.
Intel.
Chardonnay's character, I'm not so excited about.
Pinot Noir.
Why are you excited about it?
It's
Or you
something
just like
different.
Brandy?
You know, I think because we don't have Kelly Pitts, I think we need something
I was
new.
hoping, but she didn't bring, like, it was kind of like the cheesy, like, you don't like black women, I'm the black girl, and I can, like,
I have to agree with you on that.
But they fell back, because they fell back on the same, like, I'm black stereotype girl, like, I'm gonna hood, and I kick you out, and I can roll my neck.
she didn't even
Right,
sound
but like, why did
hood.
they have to reach so far into like the stereotype of what the black woman is that he doesn't like? Like, why couldn't they just get a classy black woman
like
or
a
make her
strong
character
black
like
woman that is going to, like, challenge him, but not like, oh.
Intellectual.
But we have that already on
I'm
the show.
bored.
We got Tasha Mack on the
No,
show.
Tasha
she's
Mack
the ghetto
is
girl.
the ghetto girl.
Tasha
She's the
Mack.
ghetto
I'm just saying she has her stuff together. You know what I mean? And then you have Melanie.
Tasha Mack
and
still be snapping her
But
fingers and
Tasha
rolling her
is
head.
supposed to
I like
represent.
having Brandy on the show. I don't. Okay, the character is whatever, but
I'm glad she's there. I was just hoping for more for her.
And I didn't
character.
believe Brandy's hood essence.
Yeah, I didn't. That's what I was saying. She's not hood. She's like, I'm from the hood. I'm from the hood. I'm like, come on, man. That's not hood talk. You know?
Well, we'll talk about performance values and
Well, it just wasn't-
and
acting
production.
I think
value.
Brady was just trying to make
no,
a comeback.
but here's the thing, though.
She got
that
an
has
album coming out soon.
That has nothing to do with production. I mean,
She does. She does.
no, her
Well,
voice
here-
has nothing to do with production.
well, choices.
I'm hood. Come on, no.
Well, here's the deal. Like, she has her acting coach, Tasha Smith.
Oh,
For those of you who know who that is.
yes.
Yeah, a real hood chick.
I don't
Is
know.
a real
Who,
hood
I don't
chick?
Yeah,
know.
real
Who that
hood.
is.
You know who Tasha Smith is.
Tasha Smith.
Tasha Smith is like hood for real, but
Yeah,
like
from New
amazing
Jersey.
She is
hood.
the
Yeah, she's
Tyler
Jersey.
Perry.
She's
She's
Tyler
real
Perry,
hood.
like
star.
hood queen.
Yeah,
I have
she's
had a
hood.
white hat. I don't know who that is.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Tyler who?
Nonetheless,
Tyler who?
Tyler.
Brandy mentioned on like Wendy Williams, I think I was watching that Tasha Smith is her acting coach, and Tasha is the one that like pushed and really put in a good word for her for this part. So I was thinking when she said that, like, oh, Tasha Smith must have went to town in class with her, so I was excited to see what she
Yeah.
does, because I knew, of course, the character's name is Chardonnay, so I
Right.
knew what I was sort of expecting, and I just kind of didn't buy it.
Yeah,
It
I
was
didn't
kinda
buy the
sad.
ghetto.
Yeah, I didn't
ghetto.
buy
They
it.
could have cast it a little bit differently for that. They could have actually gotten somebody who
Yeah.
is a more believable character.
However, you would watch it if you knew that Brandy is on the show. You know what
You
I
said,
mean?
I wouldn't
Okay,
watch
but that's
it.
another
I would- you
conversation.
would watch it.
That's
Oh.
another conversation
You
because
see Brandy in the preview, you're like, oh, I'm gonna watch it. Brandy's on the show.
there's more conversation about the fact that, because we talked about this a little bit last season, how they're just picking people and names and
Right. They
celebrities
really
to
are,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
cameo
Exactly.
in stuff, and it doesn't really help with the flow.
Because she
of
did
the,
not bring anything other than her Twitter followers.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't have to be in that role.
But
However, that's important because
is
people
huge.
are watching. You
She has
bring
a
in
large Twitter
and
follower.
the game was all the top trends while it was premiering at
Very
7 o'clock
true.
on the East Coast.
Very true. So they're
Or
going
7
over
o'clock here,
quantity
10
fans.
So you think that had something to do
quality.
with Brandy?
I think it had to do with a lot of things.
If you want
but
to keep the show on,
they're trying to keep the show
I know, but
on.
Brandy was like so
Okay. She was
5 years ago.
So we're not that excited.
saying? No,
she's
there's
not
some-
so 5 years
no, there's
ago.
more people
She's
more
coming
relevant.
back, and she's not
still-
rapping this time. She's
Yeah.
singing. So we're gonna do
But
it
she's
again.
so, like,
Have you
teenage
ever
Brandy.
loved
Like, she's
somebody
still-
My
so
Pandora
much?
channel. She's like my number one Pandora channel.
Cry.
You could have picked someone more relevant
Have
than
you
Brandy.
ever needed
I
something
agree
with
so
what
bad?
budget? The
You
show
can't-
has. Like,
They have enough of a budget to do better than that.
Yeah, they could have
That
done
is-
better.
Budget
they
is
couldn't
no
even-
longer an
they-
excuse.
But they couldn't keep Kelly Pitts on the show.
That's another discussion that we will have in gossip.
wow, that's
so
where
we're
she
going
went.
to move along to our
All right, let's
topic
move on.
2
Yeah,
because we are 13 minutes in and we are on a clock. We're
right.
on timing.
Let's
So
get it.
next we had
Held
Malik.
down by
I like
the
how I
man.
couldn't snap. It only went once. Okay, so we're talking about Malik now.
And
That's how I feel
Wow,
about it.
wow, wow.
Okay,
I forget like what happened.
somebody
in the,
else.
Move on. Let's
Just
go.
go.
Compassionate
Let's move
Malik.
on.
I'm just not buying it. He's not doing anything for me. He's not bringing. His character hasn't done anything like out of the ordinary. He's falling in love with the girl. She's on drugs.
What's that
A
happening?
supermodel.
You know, Jenna.
Jenna.
I call her Brown Sugar.
Jenna, what
Yeah.
is her real name? I can't remember.
Brown
Okay,
Sugar.
because she's been on Gossip Girl
Gossip
too.
Girl.
She's gorgeous in my mind. But when you were supposed to be high and like about to die, like did you guys believe that?
Well, I didn't. I was. I didn't. I forgot what happened. from last season.
Well,
so I was
she
confused.
relapsed.
She
Tinka
relapsed.
Scepter
But here's the
is her
thing.
Yeah,
name.
but I thought
Tinka
Tinka
thank
Scepter.
you.
I thought she was just drunk.
No,
Or-
I didn't believe it at all.
But did you believe
let me
her
tell
to
you,
be-
This is the reason why I didn't believe it.
What was she high on?
Because it didn't. You didn't even have to look hard. She was breathing.
Yeah, she was
She was,
breathing.
her stomach was going up and down. Like, come on.
When she was
like,
in
she's
the
an actress.
when she was in the shower, she's like,
Supposed to
"I'm
hold her
a shirt."
yeah, I'm like, come on, man. Like,
I would assume most of us. I don't want to assume everybody, but most of us have had an unfortunate episode with liquor,
What?
But was it liquor?
possibly.
These virgin lips?
So what I'm saying is,
I thought she
is
was
that,
on drugs.
Okay, it was drugs. Or
But
something.
what kind of
But
drugs?
then
She had a
she-
relapse. I
She
thought she
should have
was
had
drunk.
something. She just looked stupid.
She should have had drool
yeah, I mean, it
coming
was
around.
terrible. Like,
the
I
foam
I
and-
was.
That's production's
She,
fault.
no.
Because they
She,
should've-
they
was
keep
like-
blaming that on production. The girl was breathing.
She's
that's
on.
an acting
She's
thing.
like, hold your
when your
breath.
stomach is going up and down, production
and
can't
you
do anything
naked,
about that.
and you're naked. She had on her drawers. She had to like stop, like hold her breath
It's
or
a
something.
combination of directing, acting. It's
And what
a
about when she was on the
combination-
stairs? When she was
That
on the
was
stairs,
awful.
like falling on, supposed to be like so gone on Tasha's legs, and
I didn't believe her under the influence of anything.
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 No.
Not even tap water. That scene was
said tap
horrible.
So why do you believe that's production's fault?
I don't think it's any.
Because they should have edited.
Well, I
and
mean,
retouched
I
it.
would not.
They
What
probably-
was the reason of her being naked? I mean, you cover if you have someone dying and they're not supposed to be breathing, cover it up. You know,
Or shoot her
have
from
her
the
on
ass
and
or
complete.
something.
Yes,
I don't know.
it's production
right?
fault. You know, you
If
put the
she's-
camera where you're hiding.
If
know.
that's who you hired and that's who you went with for whatever reason, whether we agree with it or not, that's who you went with. You see, oh, she's laid out, but she's not pulling
breathing,
it
yeah.
off. Like,
right,
change
you
something
make
up.
an adjustment.
Turn a light on dark, like turn off one of the bulbs or something, so you can't
Shoot
see.
behind
I don't
her.
know.
Or
It
you
wasn't
call
working.
Tasha
I get-
Smith
I
and you
get
tell her come train her how to do this scene.
Yeah, I get
No.
that. I get that. Okay.
I was a little disappointed. And Malik, I love you.
I liked him better as an asshole.
I like him, but he was a funny asshole. Like he
He was
wasn't
a
like
great asshole.
Now he's
America
just
loves
like-
assholes. Now we have nobody but Jason.
We
on the
got a
show.
little bit of that.
Right, we're just
With the
it's just
chicken.
first.
We got a little bit of it, and it's kind of coming back when he was like, "Oh, the chicken wings, and we got to eat and share." I was like, "Okay, that's a little of old Malik,"
Yeah.
because last season there was none.
Yeah, I
that's
don't appreciate
true.
the softness. I'm sorry, it's getting a little too soft.
Recap, Kenny.
And
That
Miss
was
Mom.
trying
I
to
don't remember.
I'm gonna need for y'all to remember.
So to
while
our,
we
to our
watch.
let's get to our next character, our next couple.
Ooh, Derwin?
Yes, but before we
Let's
do
let's
that,
do it. Go ahead.
I want to ask about Malik and Tasha. How'd y'all feel about Tasha's
I
little
love
moment?
Tasha. You know, I always go for Jason. So when she said Jason, I was like,
Yeah.
what part? 'Cause were we watching the same show? Because to me, Tasha has always been there.
Yeah.
And here she was again. And she probably did the whole episode today. It was
Yeah,
just,
I think
I was
agree.
excited to see her come every time
Yeah.
they brought her. I was like, okay, now I'm going to laugh. And
Yeah.
then
They gave her jokes back, which I appreciate.
Yeah, she did fall short. of that.
And I think that we talked about them all being comedic actors last time and sort of launching into this drama field. And I feel like she is one of, I will select 3, but she's one of the 3 that I think is starting
Still,
to make that
yeah,
leap
she's-
very slowly
Right.
but comfortably into being a little more dramatic, which I
Her character
appreciate.
is the only character I really, really
And I,
like.
and I would be
Yes.
okay if they make her the main character
Yeah.
of the show.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Me too. No,
I'm serious.
I'm
It's true.
They-
She's hilarious.
she
She's
should be the focus
everything.
Yeah.
of the show.
Yeah.
But what about her issue with this trying to decide between Derwin and Malik?
Well, that gives you conflict.
Yeah,
that gives
exactly.
Yeah,
it makes
that's
it
an
interesting.
It
But it's
adds the
also
meat.
not.
Yeah, it's the
She's
meat.
not owning her character though. I feel like her that we know is a boss, and when she makes a decision, she makes a decision. This teeter tattering back
I
and forth,
disagree
like this
with that.
wavering.
I don't think she's ever been a boss for
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
Like, and I
Really?
feel
I
like
thought she
no,
was a
like
boss
it's,
chick.
she's a boss like when she kind of needs to be in public and in
Yeah.
front. But we saw as soon as, especially with the Rick Fox incident back
that
in
comes with
season
the man,
3.
that's relationship.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She's not, but that started to show the holes. And the
Yeah.
point is that there are holes, and I understand that from a writer's perspective, like they need to grow her in some sort of way.
Right.
Yeah.
So I feel like it is kind of time to give her some more layers and to give her some more holes and to
emotions,
see
yeah,
where
yeah.
this is all kind of coming from. And it kind of came to head a little bit even the last, like season 3 and into season 4
Right.
about her dealing with her role, because we had a whole argument about her being the manager for her son and whether or not she actually should be and where that. So I think there's a lot of movement that they can do within that, and I think I like that they're moving slowly. I like
Yeah.
that it's sort of kind of just starting to
Building
come
and
to head,
building,
and I
yeah.
kind of think it's okay.
I disagree. I'm sorry,
Why
guys.
do you disagree?
Because
Spicy.
I feel like I just feel like the Tasha that we fell in love with was the Tasha that was strong and knew exactly what she wanted. And in her relationships, we were able to relate to her because she was vulnerable with the men, which is something that women usually, you know, we can relate to that. When it comes to men, we're putty, but when it comes to our work, we take it very seriously. And she's about her business.
But her
she
work is
still
her
is.
son.
Yeah, exactly. She
Her
still
work
is
is her
vulnerable.
son.
I
So
still is
that's
vulnerable.
always been a spot of
that.
vulnerability for her.
I understand that,
even-
but I think she needs to just make a decision.
But even TT said, like, when it comes to men in general,
exactly,
including your
exactly.
son, you've always made the
Made
wrong
wrong decisions.
choices.
Exactly.
So if the writers got anything right in this episode, it's Tasha and her decision
Yeah, I love it.
to, you know,
She's still with her son,
Yeah.
but she's like, dang.
Now
really?
she's questioning. She's like, okay,
Yeah.
now,
But like she left him and she came back, then she left him
Yeah.
and she came back. It's like it's a dead relationship
She's-
to me and a dead story.
she's
I
the
want them to
only
end it.
interesting story and character on the show right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I
I agree.
hands
I don't
down.
think she's the only interesting story on the show, but
Who-
I
who
think
else
she was
is?
the most correctly handled.
I
think
agree with that.
Derwin and Melanie's situation is a very interesting
Boring.
story.
There's potential. There's
No, I
potential.
think it's
Boring.
a very
I agree.
interesting story. I think that it was not handled correctly. But we're going to talk about that now anyway, because
That's the
we're up
writer's
for
fault.
Derwin. So, Derwin, being that you're a super asshole now and nobody likes you,
I've never really liked him. He's always been the whiner.
he's been like the goofy, like didn't quite.
Derwin was the
side.
adorable cutie pie that, like, you know, every girl kind of falls in love with. We all have a little crush on. He's got like fake swag, kind of cool. wants to be
Exactly.
cool.
He's got a little fake swag. And he was endearing on some level. And the whole situation with him and the baby, as much as it sucks, it wasn't done in the wrong. So, like, last season, we talked about how he was actually in a relationship with Janae, and they had this situation and they had a baby, and then suddenly he's, like, still in love with Melanie. Like, so it wasn't really that it was coming from a negative place, but now he's put Melanie in a really difficult situation, but it's not entirely his fault. So we sort of felt some empathy for him. And last season, Melanie was hella messy. This season, I don't know. I fell on the side of Melanie, and I usually think Melanie is just too dramatic, and I was just done with Derwin because he was a super asshole about this whole abortion thing.
I know, but that
Here comes.
no.
Here's the alpha male
Yeah, go ahead. I wanna
perspective.
hear
Go
that.
ahead.
All the babies I want. You better tell me if I abort your
He
baby.
is ready to
I think
procreate
no,
right
I think
Here you
I
go,
think
here
Melanie
you
was
go.
kind of that's tough on him. Like that's
Okay,
a rough
great.
situation.
I agree that it should be tough on
wait,
him.
wait.
Yes, it's tough on
See, that's
him.
the thing. The thing is that
It's tough to watch
It's
your
amazing to
baby
me.
mama
I'm
in
going
your
to help
house.
Curtis out. I'm going to mute everyone's mic but Curtis and see if Curtis
Everybody's
can make
jumping
a
in.
point because this is Curtis time.
absolutely.
For those of you who
Go
don't know,
champ.
Curtis
Well, see-
always has a controversial point.
No, see what it is. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me how when men have problems, it's just lightly, it's no big deal. But then if a man does something to a woman, then all of a sudden it's like huge. Oh, he's a jerk. He's this. She's a jerk. I mean, she was a jerk. The fact that she got pregnant by another man, didn't tell him, fronted off like oh, it was yours for so long, and then all of a sudden then she drops the bomb on him like right now, like really? And then for him to not, if he didn't have a reaction, like he had to have a reaction. That's just a natural thing. You're gonna have a reaction, and you're not gonna react and say, "Oh, baby, it's great. You did that. Oh, it's in the past."
agree.
He's gonna react, and that's what he did. So for him to react and then you say that he's a jerk, that to me, I mean, that's whack to me because I'm going to have a reaction. If you key my car,
Mike's
I'm
back
going
on
to
yet?
scream.
Yes.
Kenny, I see what you mean.
I'm
We needed a
confused.
recap because I think
Yeah,
he forgot what happened in the
Yeah,
past. I think he just forgot everything. You need a recap, sweetie.
Do
you need a recap?
Let's go
No,
back
that
to
was
the
him.
recap.
No, that
Let's
was-
go back to
no,
the
what I'm
Okay.
saying, it was just
I'm gonna
Yes.
give Curtis a little bit of
Recap.
a support
Yes.
system.
You got 1 minute. I'm watching. the
Okay,
clock.
I'm watching the clock. Okay, does he deserve? Everybody's entitled to their feelings,
True.
and it
absolutely,
sucks.
absolutely.
No matter how you slice it, it sucks. She had an
Absolutely.
abortion. Now she's in a position where she may not be able to bear children. That affects him. It sucks. Now it sucks. The fact that she got pregnant by a man that she fooled around with when they were not together and decided that she shouldn't have his baby is not necessarily her responsibility to tell him until she wants to tell him. And I don't think that for a second she was in her position. I don't think she's like trying to be a jerk or hurtful or whatever. But the bottom line is, when they kind of got back together, was that a situation that she really needed to be like, oh, and by the way, I got pregnant by Trey and I had an abortion, but I should be fine. Like, it has come up now. Do I agree once she found out that there's a problem with her fertility, and then when she sort of let him believe that it was in college? I don't agree with that. I think she should have fessed up at that point. But I don't think that until it became an issue, I don't necessarily believe that it's her responsibility to self-disclose every single thing she did when they were not in a relationship together. She didn't owe him that. Yeah, I don't owe anybody information about what I did that was completely right and within my right to do just because we're suddenly in a relationship.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
That was her past.
I
He
agree
did
with
his
that.
thing.
But once the dude becomes a part of your space, then you got to clear some stuff up because it could come to light.
I think
So
they did, though.
no.
I think that once
That dude didn't just drop into her life that day. He was around for a while.
Right, they've been in and out of her.
Yeah, been in and out. You gotta square that. I'm telling you, gotta square that stuff up because it's gonna come back.
She did.
Last thing a dude wants to do is be holding your hand and say, "Oh, baby, you're the greatest." And then some dude is,
I completely agree with you.
it's
on
just
this,
you gotta.
What? I'm confused.
Yeah.
You got
They're
history.
saying
You got
that,
some
like,
history.
I was-
You got
it's
some
like-
dark skeletons
It's
with
one
this
thing
dude, and
if
he's
they
like,
are around each other and they hang out regularly, like,
Right.
oh, I'm not going to be
Yeah.
with my man. No, they hadn't seen him in years.
Yeah.
They were not friends. They don't hang out.
They randomly.
It's not like it's somebody that she's like parading him in front of him. By the way, I screwed my friend over here that we're having dinner
she
with
was
on a regular
allowing it to
basis.
stay a secret, though.
yeah, she was keeping that. See, that's. I'm telling you, if a dude did that,
The problem-
you'd be all over that.
Yeah, and the
No,
problem
but
is
he
did.
They're married
But
now.
he did.
And he did it as a
All over.
cheating
But he
situation.
did.
I think you're
But
married.
he
Okay,
did.
but we're going to get to that as a special
Yeah, and you was
segment.
all over him too.
We will get
Last season, you was all over him for that.
all over who?
Derwin, you was all over him for that.
All over who? Trey wasn't in
can't
last
hear myself. There
season.
I said Derwin,
Now I
you
hear
were
you.
all
Derwin
over
was
him.
all over him for what?
No, you were all over Derwin for having a big.
cheated. He cheated.
I wasn't over him.
Cheated.
Oh, hold up. I was not all over him for having the baby
Yeah,
with Janae. You were trying to blame Janae, talking about she was a freaking freak that was just trying to get an athlete and all this other stuff.
She was.
That's what you were on.
No, she was.
They had a relationship. She ended up pregnant. Whatever the circumstances surrounding how she got pregnant, he could have been on a condom if she was not on birth control or if he didn't trust she was on birth control. Regardless, they had a baby.
So what
of
makes
self-choice.
Melanie in the wrong in this situation is that all of Derwin's skeletons are now out of the closet now that they're married, and she still has them, and
Yeah.
that's
She
why.
doesn't still have them. She's given her
Well, now.
information now. I agree that once
she
they
got
went to the
After the
doctor,
fact, though. She
once
got
they
caught.
went to the, that's not getting caught.
No,
you
she
go
didn't
to
get
the
caught.
doctor, she
Her
doesn't
abortion
know
was
that she
revealed.
can't bear any children.
No,
Yeah.
but it was revealed that she had an abortion, though.
Well,
That's-
once it's revealed, and she did, I already said that. Once it was revealed, and she didn't admit to the
came
fact
clean.
that she let him believe something that was a lie. She let him believe that it
And
was in
that's wrong.
college.
That's
That was
deception.
wrong. I agree. That is
Yeah, that's-
deception.
that's-
That's not wrong.
Deception is the same thing as
But
lying.
leading
Yeah,
up to that,
exactly.
I don't believe it was her like necessary right that she needs to disclose everything she did with whoever she did it with while she was not in a relationship
I
with
agree.
Derwin.
In all
Yeah.
honesty,
Totally
she
agree.
should have told him, but we understand why she didn't. She was ashamed and not proud of it, and that's why she didn't keep it.
And
That's why
another
she
thing.
kept it.
It's an abortion. Like it's
her
not like
business. Yeah.
That's what.
I think.
So when you're married, your
I know,
business
you're
no longer
supposed to-
becomes
exactly.
your
That's-
business.
I
You
I
guys
feel the
share
same way.
business.
You
What
share.
is this?
You
My
clear
business,
all that
your
stuff.
business.
You clear all that
thing
stuff
is-
up before
my
you.
thing is, unless she's hurting him directly,
Right.
or like let's say she has
Or she
some
can
kind
hurt
of
him
disease
later,
or something.
Or she can hurt him later.
Okay,
if
so-
she
so
has
you
a
cool.
disease
you know,
of something,
you don't know everything that's gonna hurt somebody down the
Exactly.
line. Like
Okay.
that's just not.
But now you're responsible in a marriage for somebody else's happiness and life.
And
So you
Exactly.
share
So
and
tell me
take
something.
care
Would
and
you
protect
react
them.
differently if you found
But
out?
no, but see-
Before I got with you, I used to sleep with goats. Does that change? Does that change the relationship? Does it change the relationship now that you're
I
married?
would want to know.
extreme.
I'm sorry, I have a
No,
right
that's-
to know about the goat.
That is
Yeah.
too
No, that's
extreme.
no.
That is,
See,
that's
you're
like,
saying that okay, I should be able to disclose this, but this
Wait,
I should be
hold
able
on.
to
Right,
keep because it's my
exactly.
personal. No, if you found
Curtis,
out that I got
preach.
married to you and all of a sudden I used to sleep with goats, that's something I should have cleared up before. No, I should have laid that stuff out. So therefore, so I should have laid it out. So therefore, you should have
That
known.
is
You should
completely-
know who you're getting into a relationship
Right.
with.
Ag-
So then hold on, let me finish.
Hold these thoughts. I think now we're gonna go to a commercial because hold on, you're launching into our special segment, so we're gonna come back to it.
But when I was young, I used to smoke. I'm gonna forget this stuff.
Hold on, write it down. You need a
See,
pen,
there
boo
you
boo. There you
go.
go.
There you go. There you go.
Breathe.
Just smoke.
AfterBuzz TV.
Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And, like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after-shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
Spot I'm thinking there's a reoccurrence. Not that it's sweating, nothing, sweating. And you over there wigging your pants.
For those of you that may have tuned in right before the break and might be a little bit confused, this is not a show about goats. It's actually about the game, but we're going to wrap up that episode. Season 5, episode 1, and gave us obviously quite a bit to talk about, which also started us sort of moving into our special segment, which we're going to kind of launch into right now. And I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the truth and how much truth needs to be revealed or should be revealed in a relationship, as displayed most
Well, if girls are any girls sleeping with goats,
Derwin. I would say like goats. I'm not sure.
Please
like,
do. Let me know.
Once they become non-human, is it sort of like it has to be? What if you slept with a goat when you were like 13 because you were confused, and now you're married?
Let
at
me know.
25?
I need to know.
Want to know that
I need to know.
Slept with a goat?
I need to know that you're capable of sleeping with the goat.
Okay, so do you think that that people should reveal how many people they've slept with?
I think so. If they ask, if a person says, how many people you slept with, I think you should reveal it. I don't think you say, oh, that's none of your business. Because I need to know.
Okay,
I need to know if I want to know.
So
if I want to know, I need to know.
Here's my question. So when they got married, Derwin and Melanie got married, if he were to ask randomly, have you ever had an abortion? Is that a door?
Well,
opener
apparently
for
they had
that?
the conversation before because she lied about it.
Yeah.
No, she didn't.
No, she didn't.
It was
Didn't she say
There's
she had
nothing
it
in the episode. No, she was talking about lying about saying it was done in college.
That's my whole point. She lied about that.
We already agreed.
So now there's situational lies?
No, we already agreed that once she found out in the doctor's office and there was revealed that, oh God, there's an abortion, she should not have misled him into believing that it was like, oh,
that's
it was
my
college
whole
or whatever.
point. That's my whole point.
What I'm saying is you're saying, you had said previously with the goat thing, maybe I got confused with the goat thing. I thought I was trying to understand it. You were saying she should have revealed that period because they are married.
Yes.
Not because it came up as an issue.
Right.
No, I think in certain situations when you're having pillow talk, I think those kind of things should come up.
Like, so hey, baby, that was real good.
I know.
By the way, I asked
because
Trey and I had a baby, but I aborted it.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been in relationships.
Are you sure?
I've been in relationships.
Goats don't count. They don't talk.
Just a little.
They don't speak.
I've been in relationships where girls have revealed.
TV exclusive.
Really? It's an exclusive.
Curtis likes
I've been in relationships.
Goats.
I've been in relationships where girls have, pillow talk, and they
right
told
in
me,
Mexico.
they told me some things that happened to them that, like, give an example, like they've been raped or something like that when they were a child or whatever.
Okay.
And that's some deep stuff.
Yes.
They can say, well, I keep that to myself. But here's the thing. Some of the things, they're emotional things that come up. Mm-hmm. It can have a direct effect from the fact that they were raped. So their reactions, some of their reactions, things, I'll become to understand it because of this situation. Same thing with the abortion. Some of her reaction, maybe, oh, I want a child, could be related to the fact that she didn't have one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But if I would understand,
She may not even know that though.
Something you just said something has to happen in order for you to find out that this girl got raped
what I'm
or something.
telling you,
It's not information
no. She gave the information
up.
She gave the information up. But here's the thing. I now some of the things that the person did, I understood because of the fact that they've
helped
been
you
raped.
in the relationship.
It helped me in the relationship.
It helps
Absolutely.
you. Okay, that helps you. But does that mean?
helps
I'm
in
sorry, go
relationship.
Kenny.
Well, no. You go. Well, my thing is, I think rape and abortion are kind of two different.
No, you guys are putting a lot of guidelines
Yeah,
on
you're like
relationships.
Because
It's
everybody
fine.
is different,
This is
and
the
your
thing.
reaction to things are different, and your relationships, everybody's relationship is
you
different.
don't-
And I don't think unless somebody is like, if Trey had been if it was Drew Sidora's type situation, like I cheated on him, I got pregnant with this dude's maybe, and then we had like that's another situation. I don't owe you anything about my past that
Courtney,
unless I want to reveal that
this
to
is
you
very
until the
circumstantial.
time.
That's not
No, it's not
fair.
Yeah, that's
circumstantial.
not
That's
fair.
not fair.
No, the time comes when you need to reveal certain things of your relationship, and any relationship unfolds.
Before
And
you
I
in
think
get
time.
married. I
married.
think
And to
being
say-
married.
Marriage, walking down the aisle would be
I
that
think it's a
time.
perfect time to
Okay.
discuss the things
We
that
just
you've
have
done
to
in your
agree to
past.
It's not
Right.
things that you've done in your past. Like that's a relationship that you had with somebody and a choice that you made with somebody about somebody else. And if
And
you
it creeps back up
and
into
if
your
you
relationship and it can
happens.
cause-
Plenty of women have abortions and come back and have children. This is a situation
Situation.
where
It
she
just-
wasn't. It happened to be that she couldn't have kids.
Exactly.
So had she been able to have kids, does it still make it necessary for her to say, by the way, I had a relationship with somebody that I felt close to and loved? Because she did love Trey as a friend, and you did this to me. I decided to have this relationship with this person. It turned out to be something unfortunate, and I decided that I don't need to have this baby, so I decided to have an abortion. Like, why does that suddenly mean you
Because here's
deserve
the
that
thing.
information?
Because here's the thing. There's in their relationship, she could be pressing him for certain different things, and it could be directly correlated to the fact that she had an abortion with
But
someone
that's
else.
like saying, like, I had a childhood that. that's,
and you discuss that. You
there's
discuss your childhood.
If
Every
you don't
single
trust
thing in
your
your
life
life
mate,
does that.
If you
have
don't
to
trust your
discuss.
life mate with your secrets, you shouldn't be marrying them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
You're
disagree.
supposed
I
to
agree.
share. It's
I don't
a
think it's a secret.
lifetime
It's
bond.
not-
I mean,
It is a
I
secret when you
won't
don't
be
tell
marrying
someone
anybody
something.
in
It's
this
a
room.
secret.
No. Life is about
Better
choices.
believe
I'm
it.
so sad about
I need some,
that.
I need some secrets
I don't think
revealed. That's for certain.
Life is about choices. Life is about decisions. We all have to make them. She chose to make those decisions the way she.
I'm
went.
sorry.
if
I'm
she
sorry.
was an
If
18-year-old
I'm sorry. I secrets you can keep them outside of the house, but inside of the house, we know everything about each other. That's the way we're gonna grow to where, like, you know what, I trust you, you trust me. We have this relationship that I don't have with Kenny or I don't have with Courtney.
Exactly.
Because I have this
Agreed.
relationship with you. You know things about me, I know things deep about you. So now I'm not gonna be so quick to just spill your beans, and you're not gonna be so quick to spill my beans because we have a connection of things that we, bones basically. You got bones. I don't get. I really don't understand how you can go into a relationship such as marriage and keep secrets. Because if you keep secrets like that, it's going to
Exactly.
creep up and it's going to destroy that unit that you supposedly had. Because that's where the trust starts to get knocked.
Right.
Oh, really? I told you some deep dark things
Okay.
and you didn't tell me this.
So-
Like, really?
Exactly.
I'm telling you,
You
that's
are
some messed up
preaching.
stuff. That's some messed up
okay,
stuff.
so hold up. So you've decided that the time limit is marriage, right?
Relationships,
I'm-
period.
relationships-
There
asking.
should be no secrets.
There should be no
Lying
secrets.
Lying
So
on someone checking
okay,
the sin.
so now you're saying, oh, before you get married, let's write all the
Right.
lists down of
Everything that you could have possibly
that
ever
they're
done in
here
your
in
life.
No.
That
No, I didn't say
may
that.
or may not affect us
No,
in the
no,
That's
future.
what
no.
you were
I
actually
said,
saying.
I said over time that you discuss
Okay,
a lot of
I
things.
completely agree with
I
you.
think it should be before marriage.
Over time, things come up, and that's how things
Right.
are
Deal
revealed.
with
Yeah, but those
Yes.
some of
But
those
that's
things.
how things
Well,
are
here's the
revealed.
thing.
Like,
There's
you
some
are in a
big things in
relationship.
your.
That's
There's
why
some
you
big things
date
that
before
happen.
you
No,
get
like you
married.
could be in a relationship with somebody that for some
For
reason they
years.
are like super stubborn, but that's just sort of their personality. It goes as you go along in this relationship. Like 5 years down the line, you find out that their family situation was a certain way.
Oh, by the
that
way,
made-
I killed a few people. Okay, that's why they're
I
angry.
think that's my business.
That's the stuff. Yeah,
I
that's
should
what
know
you need to
that.
know. That kind of stuff.
That's okay.
Oh, I don't think I
guys
should
are
have to tell you
absurd.
that I was a murderer.
It's not that
Come
she's
on, man.
saying I don't think I have
Confess
to tell
that
you
stuff.
that.
You confess
At any
that
point
stuff,
that
man.
she
If
say
she
No.
kills a new, if she kills
It's
a
shame.
child,
How do
or
you
she
take
kills a
somebody?
man, it's the
All
same
right,
thing.
guys.
Killing a child
Guys,
and
I'm
killing
gonna-
like that's ridiculous. You're telling me that you murder somebody and she had an abortion and you're equating
What if
that to the
Derwin
No.
same
thinks
thing?
that an
I'm not
abortion is
equating.
murder?
Wait.
What if Derwin thinks an
That's
abortion
all
is
the
murder?
more reason why she
Hold
was
on,
judged
hold on.
before she even got
Hold on,
to
I'm
say
not
But you're not
anything.
supposed to judge.
So he
In
did
marriage,
judge,
but in marriage
and
you're not- no, he
but
was
the point
angry. He
is
was
that
angry.
no, he judged. he judged immediately, because if anybody has any respect for anybody that's had an abortion, you will know damn sure that that's a decision she made, and she made it difficultly, and you respect the fact that she did that. And you can be mad, you can be upset. I'm not saying that at all.
Wait, how you get so?
Because you just said
no.
You
But
murder
also,
somebody and you murder a
no.
baby.
I didn't say that. That's not what I said. Because I equated it with goats too. No, this is what I'm doing is I'm generalizing. Like I'm telling you different scenarios. No. See something in you that's causing you to just
something.
See, I need to know. I need to know before I get into a relationship with you, Courtney. I didn't know why you so pissed off about that.
We can't have a relationship, Curtis, because you like goats.
But I would need to know why. I would need to know why you so pissed off about that.
I'm not pissed off.
Because I made a correlation with goats and you didn't. But then I made a correlation with murder. So now you're talking about abortion and murder. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about secrets.
You're treading on.
I'm talking about secrets.
It's not talking about just a secret. That's the point.
You cut people's arms off. You don't kill anybody. All right. What I find out, I'm a klepto.
But it's lackadaisical to you.
So that's you want to know that kind of stuff. Yeah, you want to know.
All right, guys. All right. This can go on for days, as I'm sure you guys know. Sorry, guys. No, Courtney, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's 40 minutes and 10 seconds. I have till 45 to get into my news and gossip.
Go ahead.
So
No, I
the
know.
fact that you turned off from
No. I'm not trying.
That you don't like the fact that the brown people
Courtney, you know I love you guys. I just want to say.
We're arguing about abortion, and we shouldn't because we're gonna scare all the AfterBuzz viewers.
No. What I'm saying is, it's a great conversation. Tweet people.
It's about secrets.
But people will turn it into abortion.
Yeah, but it really is about secrets. It could be about secrets.
That's why I was telling you, Courtney. I mentioned about goats. I did the murder. Now I'm talking about kleptos. No, what I'm saying. What I was saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I wasn't talking about abortion. I was talking about secrets. You jumped all over that part of it.
Because you threw in, I don't think in an abortion situation you can equate that to I'm a murderer to like random people.
It's two different things.
And I think that's like a really like that's not okay to say.
No, hear what I'm
We
saying.
don't know how Derwin feels about it. He
No. But the issue, but the thing is, okay, we're talking about.
Her choice could be offensive to your
No.
But we know he's okay with abortion because he actually tried to get his little
I don't care about that. That's not.
No. The problem.
We know he's okay with that.
Now you guys are talking about abortion.
The thing is, okay, we get that the secrets are a bad thing. It's just this particular secret. You can't say that telling somebody that, oh, I was raped as a child is different from I had an abortion when we weren't together. Those are two different secrets. You know what I mean? It's like
all I'm saying is
I just
think
a secret's a secret to me.
The secrets come
Their
out
situation.
when they come out.
Exactly.
Like,
it's a situation.
Because you guys made it seem like there's a border. Like at marriage,
you
have to make sure every single thing has come out as possible. It's a lifelong decision, which means you are in it for life and you're willing to deal with what comes with that. And sometimes extra shit comes with that. And in this situation, it's an abortion that now she's infertile and it freaking sucks. And maybe she should have said something sooner. There wasn't an opportunity that was maybe the most comfortable, but now the opportunity has presented itself. She has put herself out there, and it's shitty that he was
late
an
at this point.
asshole.
It's too late.
But he has
too late.
He has every right to be angry.
So he's not a jerk because of it. He's not a jerk. Then
Let
it
me
goes
tell you,
right back to the same
Curtis, let
time.
me tell you why he was a jerk. And this is a great example of how they've changed, like Derwin's character not to have hood.
We still got 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
When they were taking
Tell Phil to back off. We
got
got this.
Taking the photo with the child, and they made Melanie get out the picture. That was rude.
He should have said,
he did not have to back.
She has to stay.
Exactly. Train your child to love his stepmother as well. He needs to respect
I agree.
her.
I mean, if you
That's
want
the
to play
jerk
that
part.
game with mama, stepmama up in the house and everybody's throwing the party and we're all one, then
Exactly.
we won. So
absolutely. I agree.
She was
with
over
that.
there
I agree.
slaving
And then her
cupcakes.
and what did she say? The line, oh, why don't you go and get the cupcakes?
I
That
know,
was
like,
rude.
I would have threw a cupcake at her.
He should have checked her on that.
He should've.
That was completely
He should've.
disrespectful.
But you know what? He's always been that when it came to that baby and Janae.
Yeah.
He's
That was last
always
season.
like
he
that.
hasn't been an aggressive man about it.
No.
That's what I'm saying. He's always
clearly
been like
not
that.
an alpha man.
Yeah.
But do we blame him or her? Melanie.
No, it's him.
It's definitely him.
But you also put up with
It's a
whatever you
combination
want
of
to put
both.
up with.
It's a combination of both.
Just like if you're
Nah, but
dating
see, that's
someone
just-
and they are a mama's boy,
Yeah.
and the mom offends you,
Right.
the man is supposed to
Check
defend you
that,
to
but
the
that's
mom.
his
But
family.
you put up with whatever you want to put
Yeah,
up
but
with.
that's
so
his
if you want a
family.
mama's
But
boy
that's
and you
why
want
he
to deal
should
with
check
that,
his
you
family.
stay
Yeah,
with
it's
that.
true. It
That's
should
his
be
girl,
him because at
so
the
he
same
should-
time, if
he
she
should
says
check it.
something, then she
Right.
looks like the like drama.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I'm messing
That's
with
his.
him.
That's his thing. She, Janae is on his side, so he should check that. It shouldn't be Melody to check that.
Yeah,
I-
it shouldn't even be her
Okay.
responsibility.
That's all him.
I
That's
just
all
feel like
him.
you have that choice.
She should go
Like,
to
I
him.
have the
She should
choice
go to
if I
him and
wanna
say,
deal-
"Look, I'm offended by this," and he should check it because that's his wife. He should
Right.
check it. And sometimes you just see that
Well,
stuff. And check it.
obviously, we know that they have communication issues
Big
all
time,
around.
big time,
so, I
big
mean,
time.
Which was the problem last season. And
I kind of feel like
continues
they've
to be
lost
this
their sizzle.
season.
They've lost their
They've
spark.
Which is
Definitely
which is
lost
why
their
Tasha Mack
sizzle.
should be the star of the show.
Absolutely.
We should just delete them all.
I'm
But
Team
it's
Mac
I
too,
know.
what you did.
obviously good conversation because we continue to go. But as Phil already played our bumper for news and gossip, even though I'm just
No,
like,
I'll-
I'm waiting it out for my 20 seconds right
Yeah.
now until 45.
No, I was just gonna say, for your guys' benefit, hey, obviously everyone has opinions. Spread the word. No, plug in your tweets real quick, so that way the conversation can continue outside of here. You know, that's a perfect venue to do so. Let's go ahead,
Of
Courtney.
course. All right. So, of course, you can follow us all on @AfterBuzz TV on Twitter, and you can follow me personally @Stewart Starlet, StewartStarlit. Got
Pass.
something for
I
you?
don't
So if
have
you
Twitter.
disagree with me
You don't
or
have a
you
Twitter?
disagree
No
with
Twitter.
Courtney, go
Say,
ahead.
you don't have to have a Twitter. You can have a Facebook.
Oh, I have Facebook.
You have Facebook. Kenny's on Facebook. I'm on Facebook too under Courtney Stewart.
Yes, Kenny C. Harrison
Kenny
at
C. What does C
hotmail.com.
stand for? Are you a Charlie?
It's for a word I can't say on
Ooh.
TV.
Cooch.
He's a cool.
Curtis, what's your Twitter?
What is it?
I don't have Twitter.
You don't have a Twitter
No,
either?
I have Facebook though.
Oh.
Thank you. High five.
I have
there you
Facebook,
go.
but I'm not accepting anybody on
See, 'cause
Facebook.
Twitter's a whole
We have
different
no
thing.
friends
Twitter's a
in
whole
common.
thing.
Thoughts and over.
We don't have any friends in common.
Isn't Twitter the same as Facebook, but
No.
without?
No.
Not at all.
You guys
No.
can follow me on Twitter at
Twitter's cocky.
spicy_Madi.
See, Twitter's one of
Twitter's
those
a kind of a
high school
pain,
things.
but I'm doing
it's like
it.
it's a popularity thing for Twitter,
It is.
Oh,
and that's why I don't mess with it. That's why I don't mess with it.
Go, Courtney, go.
Obviously, I'm not popular on Twitter either, but it's okay. So, anywho, we got to talk about our news and gossip for the week. And this week, our news and gossip is a little light, but I thought it was somewhat interesting. So, BET obviously has a new cast addition with Brandy Norwood joining the cast. She's making all kind of career leaps right now, and over the holidays, she confirmed that she is working on her new album, which apparently, according to Wendy Williams' show yesterday, will be out in May. But it will feature a duet with her old friend Monica, and the two haven't worked together
Oh,
since
nice.
in 14 years since the highly successful The Boy Is Mine. And Norwood, of course, is also working on the Tyler Perry flick, The Marriage Counselor with Kim Kardashian, which we already kind of talked about. So,
Yeah.
go Brandy, congratulations, girl. You trying to make your come up at 33. Go.
Absolutely.
Do that. I'm not mad.
Absolutely.
Okay, and secondly, we have beloved cast member Brittany Daniel, aka Kelly Pitts, is absent from this season of The Game, rumored to be having some personal issues and may have been asked not to take part in the season by her longtime boyfriend, Keenan Ivory Wayans. Production states that she is still a part of the cast and is taking some time for herself and will be back.
Okay, I didn't know that she was with King.
I didn't either.
Oh yeah,
We
absolutely.
talked about
Yeah,
this
we talked about last
week.
season.
Oh.
Last
We were-
week.
I wasn't here,
Last
so I got a
week's
hood
sleeping.
pass, but I didn't know that.
She been with
Yeah,
Keenan for a
absolutely.
long
Wow.
time.
Wow.
And Keenan, side note, Keenan's actually bringing back In Living Color.
Yes, I heard, and I
So
was
she
like,
might be
trying
on
to get
that.
it.
Which is
She
why
might be on
this
that.
is
Get
probably
on it.
why she's
Trying to get
not
on it.
on the game.
Yeah, she might be on that.
She gonna be a
No.
new fly girl.
No, because
I don't know what she's
That was a
doing.
good move on her part.
But
Say that out loud.
well, they tried to when the
Yeah,
girls
yeah,
were
yeah.
on Wendy today, or actually they filmed yesterday, but they were on today, talking
aired.
about she had a nervous breakdown, and Wendy was trying to like press like what's really happening, like what's going on, and they were like, no, she's just taking time for herself, but she'll be back.
it's called She Wants a Bigger Paycheck.
Absolutely.
Probably,
That's what that is.
but I mean she needs it and should be back because that dynamic is definitely
Yes.
still missing on the show. Side note, Brit Brat.
Yeah. Disappointment.
Anywho, so as usual, where's our bumper, Phil? We're exciting and we're brown,
people news.
and we have entertainment news
I can't
about
believe he
you.
really has that.
Okay, for those of you joining us for the first time, I don't want to seem racist at all, but I felt like back in the day, a year ago, when AfterBuzz had no
Year
brown
ago.
people shows, I thought it was important that we shared entertainment news about what's going on in the various brown communities in Hollywood, because brown people are working and we want them to work more. And a lot of times we don't know what the heck is going on. Like, we don't even hear about some of these things. So anywho, that's where this came from. And this week is just black people. But I promise it won't be like that all the time.
Absolutely.
I just found it interesting. I found a lot of news reports that there are a lot of biopics in the make for a lot of historical black figures. One is Marion Barry, who was a DC mayor and kind of became a hot mess. But I was excited. He definitely became a hot mess. But it's being directed by Spike Lee, which is kind of exciting because he's back
Finally
in the
directing,
saddle doing something again. It's
He's not
exciting.
at the Knicks games all the time.
With his glasses.
Yeah.
They're also doing a biopic on Colin Powell and his situation with Bush back when they were deciding to invade Iraq in 2003, and that's being headed by Forrest Whitaker, whom I adore and has done some really great stuff in the last few years, so I think that could be some interesting stuff. And then there's a Sammy Davis Jr. biopic in the works, apparently with Byron Allen producing, which I thought was kind of shocking for those of you who know who Byron Allen is. But apparently there was another script out there, but this is something completely different, so hopefully it actually comes to fruition. That might be interesting. But the most exciting one for me was a story about Ruby McCollum, who was a woman in Florida in the, she was born in like 1909 or something, and early 1900s and through the 50s. Basically in 1952, she was convicted of murdering a white doctor because basically in Florida at that time, paramour rights were still legal. Basically, a white man could take a black woman as his concubine and rape her and do whatever he wanted to her, and it was still legal. And she killed the man that impregnated her, and she was convicted of murder. And they're doing, James Brolin actually is directing and doing a biopic on that situation, which I don't think many people know about the fact that a law like that existed.
No, I didn't know of.
I found that kind of fascinating and interesting, and I hope it works out and everything is all good and we get to see an interesting picture with some brown faces in it.
So you think people are going to go see that?
Probably not,
Everyone.
but you know.
Everything has a place, though.
Everything has a place.
So
I would love to see that because I think it's deep.
I think it's an interesting story and something I didn't know about, and I would definitely seek it out. And for whatever it's worth, we putting it out there. Y'all support it, look for it, find it, and do what you can. And that's your AfterBuzz celebrity news and gossip for The Game Season 5, Episode 1 on Tuesday, January 10th, 2012.
Courtney, I just have a quick little point. We have Bam Erickson from Spillit.com in the building, and he was saying, to your point about the movie with Marion Barry, that Eddie Murphy is rumored to play that lead role.
Yes,
in that
he
film.
is, and I can't believe I didn't say that because I have it underlined on my sheet of paper right now.
He was just saying, throw that out there for you.
I was trying to go all fast because Phil's got me stressed with this plot.
But
yes,
in every show
Eddie
we've had,
Murphy,
he's been the number
Eddie
one
Murphy,
show.
who, by the way, I am kind of bitter you're not doing the Oscars now. I'm sorry. What?
Oh, nothing. I was making a racist comment.
Okay.
Courtney, what about Men in Black 3?
That's like old news.
What about Men in Black? What was the old news?
The Eddie Murphy.
Because he's
Of
going to say black.
course, but I haven't been on air since
what
he
we're talking
decided
about,
to step
Phil.
down. But Men in Black 3, why, Phil?
Because it
Is
says
only-
Men in Black.
is it
That's
only-
why.
It's got Will
Is
Smith.
it
Come
only
on.
mentionable when it's Will Smith and he's with a white dude?
And he doesn't
I know.
count.
Come on, that's the only thing about. The point is we're trying to find obscure things that people don't know about and
Yeah.
the need to support.
All right,
Everybody's
Not the
gonna go see
commercial
Men in
ones.
Black 3,
Yeah.
including me, because I'm
Yeah.
There you
excited.
go.
And I saw
Absolutely.
that poster and I was like, yeah, I'm so glad Will Smith is back.
Jeez.
I love Will Smith. One day,
jeez.
baby, we're gonna be together in a movie. But anyway,
Oh, yeah.
You ain't gonna
That's
be
good.
together in real life.
I know.
I'll never be.
Not for that reason, though.
It's because I'm too tall.
It's because he's gay.
He likes the little girls.
Our prediction.
That was a
That does
prediction.
not reflect the feelings of AfterBuzz
Absolutely.
TV or any of its affiliates. I don't know what that whole thing is that we're supposed to read, but ignore Kenneth Charlie Harrison or whatever the hell your middle name is.
And that's not his prediction.
All right.
It's
So,
a fact. No,
Oh.
I'm
I
joking,
love,
joking.
we are right on schedule, guys. We're flowing with our time
Perfect.
clock, and we need to do predictions right now. So I'm actually going to start on the couch over here with the Spicy Maddie and see what she's got predicting for the season coming up on The Game.
I am predicting that Melanie starts taking fertility drugs and is able to get pregnant, and that's how her and Derwin are able to get the spice back.
Fertility drugs.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That would suck at 30.
Why? Why would that take a
Because
30?
fertility drugs suck.
Do they? Do
You
they?
get shot in the ass, and you're a
Oh.
psycho
And
PMS
you get
woman
big.
all the time.
How do you know all this stuff, Courtney?
Khloe Kardashian.
You think I'm taking fertility drugs?
No, sometimes
Yes,
I do
'cause
see
I
you
wanna have- I want to
shifting.
have,
Shifting in
I
your
want to have
season.
your
Have you-
babies.
You know?
Have you seen her today?
I know.
She's angry black woman over
Just-
here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, that's what it is. I'm
Yeah,
taking
she's
fertility
like-
drugs. I love that.
Hormones a little.
Side note, anybody that know me for real, I ain't trying to have no babies. So, anyway, no, I watch a whole lot of television and a whole lot of Discovery Health. I've watched
Right.
Mommy and Baby or Childbirth and
Mommy and baby.
whatever those shows are. Anyway, Isabel, predictions, let's go. She ain't got none. Curtis.
There's none.
Okay.
It just
No,
can go everywhere, and I'm hoping it go. No.
Yeah, I agree with Isabel. At
She's
this point.
distressed.
I don't have a prediction because right now, like just like last season, it started off one way and then it just shifted to a whole different direction. So because it's the first episode, I'll hold my
Your
prediction.
only
for
prediction
now.
is there will be no goats.
Absolutely.
I predict that there will be 12 more episodes this season.
See, that was a prediction last season.
Well, that's a good prediction because I was trying to find out for sure if
I
they
think
were
it's-
only
I-
doing a
I think
13 episode
13,
season. Okay.
yeah.
I was trying to make sure of that.
Is
So thank
Jason
you for
and
that,
Brandy's
Kenny.
character Champonia? What's her name?
Shot 'em
Shot
Night.
Night.
You guys,
Yeah, Pinot Noir.
you guys
Shot
think that
'em
they're gonna work
Night.
out? Do you think they're gonna work
No,
out?
I was saying we were talking real quick that they should. The focus is just all over the place.
Yeah.
And when it was on the CW, it was.
Yeah.
It was a sitcom. It was like everyone had a situation and they
Situation.
brought it
Brought it.
together.
Right,
And I
everybody-
think they
it
should
made sense.
pull it together.
Yeah, pull it together.
They should also like play with the lighting. It's too dark. It's too damn. Like it's supposed to be a comedy. I'm just like,
Yeah.
you know, I
It is
can't-
not a comedy. We've already discussed this.
a
Well, we
drama.
want it to
Our
be.
dramedy now.
Oh wait, is it going to be an hour?
Billy.
Every
I'm
episode?
pretty sure it's an hour for the rest
It's
of
a
the season.
dramedy.
But I don't know.
I hope not.
So my prediction is this. Dear Lord. Please, God, I want to love this show again. And I'm only at an okay level. And I'm trying to be positive, but
What would you do
it's
differently?
really not working for me.
What would you do?
And and when we talked to Gabrielle Dennis last season, and she said that BET wanted to put its own stamp on it, it wanted to change it a little bit because it couldn't be. I totally respected that, and I said going into this season, like that's the attitude I'm gonna have. Like BET, you got to do it. But it was so smart.
Can we have
and
a CW stamp?
It was.
so hilarious. Like it was smart.
The
It wasn't
writing was
falling on
intelligent.
stereotype. It wasn't like it just was real, and it rang so true to our demographic
Right.
in here. And I understand that BET is not necessarily entirely our demographic in here, but I want them to move to our demographic
But is
in
it-
here. So I don't know.
BET, they're not known for their scripted shows, right?
No, and that's why I was hoping, like with this, the fact that they were picking up scripted shows and the
wanted to be a
ideas behind
shift.
it, that they were trying to shift. And I think they kind of are, but they're kind of
Going
but
backwards.
Business-wise, they can't completely like disregard
Right.
their
You
audience. So
Yeah.
I understand that, and I respect that. I get it.
And this was an exciting show for them to pick up because it was
Yes.
a big show
It
that
was
all
a
of us
big
were familiar
show.
with
It's a big
from the
following.
CW,
Yeah.
which is, ethnically diverse in its programming.
Yeah.
And so for BET to get this, everybody was going nuts because we were so nervous about such a good show being lost.
Yes.
And then Bam once again brought up a great point. He said that Billy Woodruff
Woodruff was the director.
is a director. And so
Yes.
like the little minor errors that they're making on the show now should have been kind of corrected.
Ironed out.
Because he has so much experience with, his videos and then his
But I'm
film
pretty
like
sure
Honey.
he did some stuff last year. Didn't he direct last year? I think I don't remember. But yeah,
It should be
was-
upgraded. The show should be upgraded.
We thought
Some
this year
episodes.
that it would.
The episodes that we all liked were the ones that we were.
Yeah,
we
I
went
was
back and
hoping
checked.
that last season was like transition year, and they were
Yeah.
trying to figure out their
Yeah.
groove, and like this
Now
year
they
they
have
would
a-
have a groove,
yeah.
and we would be in tune with their groove.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on that yet, and I'm just
Well, I think the problem was that they dumped us off last season with with the three situations that were given this
Yeah.
episode, and they followed, and they're just going down that same road. So
In a confusion state.
yeah, it's like
So if we're confused, the actors are confused. They're probably reading their scripts like,
Well,
what did
but they're
you guys
selling
give
like
me?
it's amazing, and I love it, and I'm so excited.
'cause they're trying to get
and
paid.
they're
I mean,
selling.
They
yeah,
want a
no.
job.
They're
Like,
selling.
it's
They have
terrible.
a
It's
job.
terrible. I want to
But
get off
I would
this.
love. Well, hopefully we have a few people on the roster coming in this year. Hopefully we can get them all in and we can have a conversation. I'm sure they won't tell the truth, but that's life and that's Hollywood. And that's
I'll get it
your
from
AfterBuzz TV The Game, season 5, episode 1. Thank you for joining us. Say goodnight. Hallelujah. We made it to 2012. We'll see y'all next week.
And tell a friend about all this
Tell a
show.
friend about
Obviously, there's a lot of
AfterBuzz.
conversation. Get in on the conversation. Tell your
chatty.
friends to get involved.
Tell everybody to join.
And
tweet
tell Phil to
us.
stop muting us and stuff like that.
Whoa.
things
You know
to
what,
say.
Curtis? From now on, you're just going to be muted because I actually helped you out.
Actually, I know you were the only one
That's
that
true.
was
He was
not
He
muted.
was having hood for
Jesse
us.
never helped out Curtis. He always helped out me.
he
So
sure did.
You got a leg up this season.
Yeah, feels all right. for
With
that.
your goats. Be careful.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.